Business Advantage Incorporated, Ron Mice, their agents and representatives, do not render any legal or professional advice. This video should not be used as a substitute for professional services. If legal or professional advice is needed, please consult with your attorney or professional advisor. Welcome to the Business Advantage training program, Taking the Step Up to Supervisor. In Part 1, management expert Ron Mice discusses how we can become better supervisors by learning essential skills such as organization, delegation, and evaluation of performance. In Part 2, Ron answers frequently asked questions about supervision and talks about how you can maximize your management potential.
There you are, Diane. All done, just like you wanted.
Oh, that's great.
And now you see I've alphabetized the list from A to Z, just like you asked.
A to Z? You alphabetized it?
Oh, yeah, you said put the list in order.
No, I said put the list in with the orders.
Good morning, Dan. How's everything going?
Great. Say, I see you're a little bit late again.
Not by much, right?
We've got to get those production stats out today.
Don't you worry about old John. He always gets the work out on time.
Listen now, would you please just make a point of trying to get here on time?
No problem.
Whether you've been a supervisor for a day, a month, a year, or even a decade, I'm sure you've run into situations, or you will run into situations like those you just saw. Additionally, there are times when you feel like you'd like to be producing at a higher level. As a supervisor or a frontline manager, your job is to teach or show others how to complete tasks instead of doing the work yourself. This can be very challenging and frustrating, but it can also be very rewarding and fulfilling. You'll be on the road to accomplishing your goal.
Hi, how you doing? Busy, huh? Listen, if you got a minute, I've got some ideas I'd like to bounce off you, you know? Yo, Greg, my man, let's do some lunch, huh?
Look familiar? Take a look at this example.
We need to make sure the most important revisions get done first. What do you see as the highest priorities?
Well, as I've said many times, the system isn't allocating inventory properly. It's causing all sorts of mistakes.
It says here, the screen is not user-friendly. What exactly do you mean? Maybe I didn't understand you before. Is it correct? You want the command keys moved, not replaced?
That's exactly.
Call the upper left quadrant number 1. These are the things that absolutely must get done because they are timely, urgent, and on your to-do list, important.
The sales report is due this morning. That's number 1. That's important. Then the SEMCO order needs to be developed. That's number 2. Now, Jim's going to need a revised price list. That's number 3. This will give me time to revise a presentation. That's number 4. I'm going to have my meeting with Ann. That's number 5. And then I'll be developing a team meeting outline.
Our division is working on a new warehousing plan, and they're really stuck. They need your help to get specific information on these parts before they can go any further. Now, I can't authorize you to operate that equipment because of safety precautions, but I can give you a forklift and a regular driver for, say, half a day. That'd be time enough?
Yeah, I think so.
And also, you'll have the authority to hold the parts on this shelf for a full day. And you can remove them from the shelf as long as you put them back in exactly the same order. Now, do you have any questions?
Yeah. How long do I have to get this done?
Hey, that's a good question, Diane, because the next step in delegating is to agree on a deadline. So let's do that. Does Friday seem realistic?
Can I have access to the forklift tomorrow?
Yeah, I can arrange that.
All right. I should be able to have it done by Friday then.
Good.
Thanks, Ralph.
Now, suppose you state to me your understanding of this job.
I'm to complete these sheets, inventorying the parts on this list by Friday. I can use the forklift with an operator for half a day tomorrow. I can hold parts for one day, move them if I need to.
Let's get together for a few minutes Wednesday morning about 10, and you'll fill me in on what you've done, and I'll check to make sure that you're on target.
Good.
And if you have any problems, let me know.
The period in question, Martin made 31 sales calls, 9 short of the standard, lost 2 customers due to lack of follow-up, And he submitted January sales reports 3 days late.
The reason I wanted to see you, Lori, is that I was just down in my office going through your work. Excellent. Everything's here and 0 errors.
Hey, I've really been trying. Thanks for your help.
Well, I'm glad it's paid off. And say, I want you to know that I've written a memo for your records saying how much you've improved.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Chris, can I talk to you for a minute, please?
Sure.
Last week, we discussed personal phone calls.
And you said not to make any during the work time. Well, I didn't. The work you gave me this morning's already done.
Good, but that isn't what I meant by work time. I meant the work day.
Oh, I'm sorry. I understand now.
I believe I also asked you to help Joan when you finish these.
Well, you did say that Joan had a lot of orders to enter.
Obviously, we weren't communicating. Would you please help Joan now?
Sure. I just didn't understand that's what you wanted me to do.
Notice that there was no criticism of the person.
Look, we need to discuss this matter. I know you have a performance review scheduled for next week, but I think we need to discuss this now. You have not met your minimum standards of calling on 40 new prospective customers a month as we agreed.
I've been busy making calls.
And you've lost 4 accounts just because you haven't followed up. And your paperwork doesn't even meet minimum standards. I just heard you talking harshly to a customer in a very uncaring tone of voice. We can't have that with this company. Martin, we have gone over this problem on a number of different occasions. Specifically, this is what I need. Number 1, follow up on every customer contact the very same day. Number 2, all paperwork in on time. Number 3, treat all customers with a caring tone of voice. Now, please tell me how you understood what I just said.
You said that I have to follow up on all customers every day, that I have to get my paperwork in on time, treat the customers in a caring way.
Take a look at these examples from a popular video I like using when working with new managers.
Ellen, before things get crazy around here, let's go over what you finished so far. Looks excellent.
No matter where you may be.
Hey, listen, Tom. I read your report yesterday. I loved it.
Whatever the employee did right.
Susan, while we have a minute, I just want to say how much your work on the survey really helped.
Don't underestimate the phone either. Give them a call if you don't have time to talk to them in person.
Sarah, I just want to say what a good job you did on these schedules.
Feedback doesn't have to be verbal. It can be written, too. In a memo, for instance.
You know, I suppose I could give out some kind of awards, too, to recognize individual achievement.
Or, when they've met a goal as a group, celebrate. It doesn't have to be anything too elaborate, just enough to show them they matter. Don't be afraid to praise someone when others are around either. Recognition in front of our peers can be very gratifying.
Hey, Kay, thanks for checking those figures for me this morning. I mean, you really saved my neck on that one.
You might also wish to let others spread the good word too.
Oh, listen, if you see Mike, tell him you did a great job on the project, all right? I gotta go.
Oh, Mike, you just missed Steve. He was telling me what a good job you did on those computer recommendations. He said it looked great.
There are many skills that will help you improve your effectiveness as a supervisor. Learning these essential skills will provide you with the foundation you need to become the most productive and effective supervisor possible.
And now for a special question and answer segment with Ron Mice. What's the biggest problem for supervisors and managers? When should I do my planning? How can I motivate people? How can I make sure a person will understand what I want them to do? What kind of organizer is best for me to use? How can I make sure I divide the work evenly? How often should I praise people?
You know, I think for most of us the best answer would be we need to praise people whenever we think of it, because I don't think most of us think of it all that often.
Is it possible to be too organized? Why did you say not to focus on the how? How can I improve?
And try to emulate some of the things that they do.
Thank you for watching The Essentials of Supervision. If you would like more information on other products from Business Advantage, please contact your Business Advantage representative.